Good afternoon. Uh, so today we go to start from this text called subject is called the fiber path of the Mahamudra. So uh, this subject is called the fivefold path of the Mahamudra. Um, Basically, when it comes to the Vajrayana teachings, uh, we divide it into the um, uh, divide it into three preliminary practice, actually practice, and conclusions. So according to the Mahamudra traditions, which is come from India to Tibet, translated by the mainly Marba, and in this tradition, uh, uh, what is the common? The preliminary practice we divide it into three, particularly in the, I think it's important as a divided into three. It's called the common preliminary practice, uncommon preliminary practice, and special preliminary practice. This like common preliminary practice, uncommon preliminary practice is, I think, common to all the Tibetan Buddhism. Like, what is the common preliminary practice? We talk this morning about those four subjects. Meditation on the precious human life, meditation on the impermanent, meditation on the karma, meditation on the falls of samsara. So I think you can say this way. Meditation on the precious human life is I think generally building the vessel, a suitable vessel to receive all the practice, all the teachings, wisdoms. That way they use as a meditation on the precious human life. Then second one is a meditation on the impermanent. Meditation on the impermanent is generally preliminary practice for all the practice. The Buddhism. Sorry. But particularly, this is a practice, a preliminary practice for view. If you don't understand the impermanent truly, it's difficult to understand the Mahamudra and Dzogchen. Like Patrul Rinpoche said, if you don't understand the impermanent, you cannot understand the Dzogchen. Because impermanent teach you interdependent origination of the phenomena. More you understand the interdependent origination, you get closer to the emptiness. Make sense? So it's like if you're looking any object from far, you view that any kind of object is you view as a singular. Make sense? Like house, a tree, whatever you see from far, you see as one singular. So so we have this sense of a oneness, or there's one tree, or there's one house. But then you go closer to the house, learn about the house, learn about the tree. Then your sense of grasping of the oneness is gone. When you get closer to that object, then you see many things. Like house, you see the door, window, wall, roof, and many things put see. So your sense of grasping on the oneness is gone actually. Without your knowledge, it's gone. No longer there. Make sense? So that's how uh, more we understand the subtle level of the phenomena, that much we getting closer to the suchness, emptiness, or whatever. So particularly if you really want to meditate on the Mahamudra or Dzogchen, first thing is try to understand the impermanent, subtle one, not the gross one. Gross one, you don't need to practice. You can see every day. But subtle one, we couldn't recognize that one. Then suddenly when you lose teeth, then you get really sad. Oh, today I lost my teeth. Your teeth loses gradually. It took a long time to take that get there. And then some people have a problem with the wrinkle. Your wrinkle is not come overnight. It's a collection of many years. But then when suddenly you see, then you got disappointment. Make sense? This is not like it's not happen. Change is not happen overnight. It's gradually change happen. But sometimes we're not recognizing that part. So that way, gross impermanent everybody can see, but subtle one. And like we always said, oh, I was here yesterday. Yeah, I've been there last time. You are no longer that person, same one. The place is no longer same one. Everything changed every single second. But we're not recognizing that one. So more we're recognizing that one, you don't need to meditate hard way to try to understand the emptiness. Naturally come there. So that reason, particularly like the subject like impermanent, is a really necessity. Then karma. Karma is a moral ethic. If you don't have an understanding of the karma, you have no moral ethic. If you don't have a moral ethic, you don't have a foundation of all the enlightened qualities. All the enlightened qualities, mundane or enlightened qualities, are built on the morality. Make sense? So that way, Nagarjuna said that morality is the like earth, base for the everything like moving and not moving. Because of the earth, we can plant the house, we can plant the tree, we can build the house, we can plant the tree. Also, water run there, and human walk on there. People can drive on there, and a tree stand there, a mountain stand there. All this happen because of the earth. Earth is a base for everything. Similarly, morality is that one. So if you don't understand the impermanent, you don't understand karma, it's hard to say you can follow to the morality. Because morality, it doesn't mean the every mundane moral. Every organization, they have their own moral. Even terrorism, they have their own moral. But it doesn't mean that that's what we're talking about the morality as the same way. Make sense? So even criminals have their own the ethic. But here we're talking about the ethic mean the avoiding all the negative and practicing the virtues. That is in the Buddhism, when we're talking about the ethic, morality, it's talking about how you can avoid what you have to recognize what is a bad, what is good, what is a negative, what is positive. So then you have to train yourself how to avoiding all the negative, much as you can. You overnight you're not going to become Buddha. It's a gradual. We have to do gradually. We have to, step by step. We have to train that. So that is it. You will understand what is a right moral, what is a wrong. It's called in the Sanskrit, it's called the dharma and adharam, dharam and adharam. So this, I think English is called the superior morality. This is what is superior morality. Yeah, what is the superior morality? Is it? So we must learn what is the non-virtue, what is the virtue. Then then they go back to the fundamental of Buddhist teaching called the Four Noble Truth. So Four Noble Truth also talk about the truth of the suffering and truth of the source of suffering. What is the source of suffering? It's immoral, negative, non-virtues. Make sense? So whatever produced or motivated by the negative emotion like attachment, aversion, ignorance, and a body and speech engaging on the activity is the negative. Makes sense? So we have to know the degree of what is the virtue, what is non-virtue. So we have to understand that what is 10 non-virtue actually, first things. What it means the killing. What it means the stealing. What it means the sexual misconduct. So those we have to know, because sometimes people not knowing is sometimes people have this sense of longest I am not doing actually harming, I'm keeping my ethic. So there's one incident happened in the Buddhist time. The one monk, really critical, that he was in the forest. So, and the deers run. The deer was chasing by the dog, the hunter. So hunter came, asked the monk, have you seen the deer? So what monk can do? He cannot lie. If he lie, he's breaking his, ethic. Make sense? So then he cannot say, oh, long as I keep my vow of not lying, I'm okay, I have to tell truth. Also, if he tell truth, he damage his ethic because he harmed that deer. Make sense? So this kind of detail have to understand about how to keep the pure superior moral ethic. You're not allowed to engaging at the lying or any of the negative, but same time you're not allowed to harm any sentient being with the actually physically yourself or your ask someone to do, or you rejoice with that. And sometimes, when there's a really bad person come and the government or somebody killed that person, sometimes you rejoice with that. Yeah, good. He got killed. So you are involved with the killing that one. So you have to be careful with those things. Make sense? So it's just not just simple way to understand. It's a really difficult. It's a really many angle have to look on that. So that is how we have to understand the, how to avoid the 10 non-virtues. Then I said this one is before a long time ago, we had a Sangha teachings. Sanghas, all the Western Sangha came together. I taught them Vinaya. So I said to them, these days, one of the easiest way to break your vow for the monk, one of the easier way to you break the vow is a spiritual life. easy way to you can lie. Like you don't even you don't have to say anything for the spiritual lie. Like when comes somebody said, "Oh, you are true Buddha," and you smile, "Thank you." It means saying, "Yes, I am." You don't have to say anything. You a big lie, you know. Buddhist time, some monks are really there's a bunch of monks. They are the troublemaker group of 6. So they always find a way to break the rule without the breaking. I mean, the without the breaking means that Buddha ordered not yet make the rules. Like Buddha said one
Прошу
time,
прощения,
you're not
по техническим
allowed to
причинам
lie
пришлось
and saying
отключиться.
I'm
Сейчас я
arhat.
вернулся.
So those monks really smart. One day they went and said, "Oh, you know, yesterday such and such king invited only arhat for the lunch. I was there too." So basically said, "I'm arhat," you know, but not saying. So I think in the West, easiest way to break your vow was spiritual lying. Without then people love to putting their what call this life story, what called
Autobiography.
Oh, sounds like if you read that most of people's bio, they're really truly Buddha. But when you read when you will meet with them, there's a totally different person on the bio what say. You know, so that is a spiritual lying. When it comes to the actually monastic, that is no different than killing someone by damage of your vow. Make sense? So things like that, you have to be a subtle way to understand. Make sense? That is how what is mean the meditation on the karma. Otherwise, he got sick, that his karma. She got happy, she's her karma. That's easy to anyone can say that way. Meditation on the karma means that you have a responsibility of the knowing about what kind of a behavior, what kind of a thought, what kind of a action it become negative. What kind of a behavior, what kind of thought, what kind of action become positive? You have to know all those. Then with that knowingly, then you need to be mindfulness of remembering this is not, cannot do, this is can do. Make sense? So those are really have to go to detail. Then you can have a really pure ethic. Make sense? So like morality is really important for the all the practice. I'm not talking about the morality. It doesn't mean to become a monk or not. I'm not talking about that way. Because I think, like Khenje Rinpoche said, one of the most purest ethic holder in Tibet, maybe the Milarepa. He wasn't monk. He never became a monk. He never wear any Dharma robes. Make sense? But one of the most purest ethic holder. So that way, I'm not talking about just changing your clothes, outfit. Then last one is a meditation on the faults of samsara. If we cannot meditate on the faults of samsara, loving kindness, compassion will never come to you. Especially compassion. So I can like say like this. Normally, when we said meditate on compassion toward to the every sentient being, yeah, samsara, every sentient being, you cannot accept no exceptional. Every teaching said when you meditate in compassion, every sentient being without the exception. Yeah. Like if somebody asks you to meditate the compassion toward to the someone, say, like doing wonderful their life, live great life. Those like a like a movie actor or someone have a great life. If someone asks you to meditate on the compassion, you will say, huh? Why I have to meditate compassion to him? Because he's living much better than me. His life condition is much better than me. Her life condition is much better than me. I don't need to meditate compassion to. We will say that way. Reason is that we don't understand that what does compassion mean. Make sense? So when something is worse than us, someone is really living circumstances worse than us, have easy to compassion. But if somebody is doing much better than us, living circumstance, having compassion is not easy. Because we don't understand the suffering of samsara. We only understand the suffering of suffering. We don't know the suffering of change. We don't know the suffering of all pervasive suffering. We don't know the nature of samsara. That reason have hard time to meditate in compassion toward to the like somebody who are like health wise, economy wise, power wise, is just someone is doing much better than you. Make sense? So that reason, once you understand the faults of samsara, you're not going to see all those glamour, artificial happiness. You're not going to see all those artificial joyful life. That is a cover. You're not going to see all this cover, artificial one. You will see the beyond that cover. Make sense? Then you can have a truly compassion toward to the sentient beings. So this reason, this form immeasurable, is the kind of like a foundation of all the practice. How it become your practice successful or not is based on this practice for first common preliminary practice. So once a common preliminary practice, then we have to do the uncommon preliminary practice like a refuge, Vajrasattva, Mandala, Guru Yoga. So why we have to do the refuge? Refuge is distinguishing the Buddhism and non-Buddhism is a refuge. Because sometimes people don't take seriously about the teaching on the refuge, practice of the refuge. They say, oh, this is a preliminary. I'm not longer preliminary. I'm advanced practitioner. Yeah. So without the refuge, none of other practices become a path to the Buddhist. So refuge is the how to say this? Like giving you the right direction, catching the right road, giving you the right route. If you not take refuge, you don't have a goal. Without that taking refuge, it's just driving around in the town. You know that there are bus in the town. They drive whole day. End of that day, they come back to the bus station. They make circle whole day. They never get anywhere. Town bus. Somebody told me when he was a kid, his mom put him in the bus. 2 hours, she cleaned the house, and bus take 2 hours to circle once to the city. It come back same place. Then she come back after 2 hours, pick them from the bus. So without the refuge, practice in Dharma is like a driving bus in the city. You have no gold. It come back. When you took refuge, then you set up the goal. When you say, I want to take refuge, Buddha, it means saying, yes, I want to become a Buddha. From there, then you set up your goal. Then from that goal to then you will find the true path. Whatever catch up, it becomes that, So that way, distinguishing Buddhism and non-Buddhism is a refuge. So that's how important it is, taking refuges. Then, of course, the road is a bumpy road. Road is not smooth, especially when we are overpowered by the negative karma. So many negative karma, they are more obstacle than help. Why we have to think we have negative karma? One, we're in the samsara. Two, in this samsara, majority of our thought is negative. Majority of our action is negative. Even sometimes we come to the Dharma event, there are lots of negative thought and negative action. Forget about the regular, ordinary life. So that is not have done just only this life. Beginninglessly, we continually doing this one. So we accumulate so much garbage. Make sense? So much negative. And that is did so many times, it become like a normalcy. Normalcy?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
It becomes
normal. Yeah, it's just become like normal. Make sense? You don't never going to feel all this our like anger, hatred, jealousy, and those all we never feel like something wrong. We think, I deserve that way. I have right to be angry. It's becoming just normal because we have done so many times. So it's an old habit. It's not easy to get rid of it. So we need a strong practice. Yeah, strong practice like Vajrasattva. Why Vajrasattva is strong? Because of Vajrasattva is the embodiment of all the five Buddha. All the five Buddha mean the Buddha's body, speech, mind, quality, activities of all the enlighteneds. They are compounded. It become manifest Vajrasattva. So Vajrasattva is the embodiment of all the enlightened body, speech, mind, quality, activities. So that reason Vajrasattva is really powerful. One. Two, when Vajrasattva is a Bodhisattva's path, he make the vow specifically, he want to be someone that anyone call his name, purified all those heavy negative karma. So because those reason, the Vajrasattva is one of the greatest way of purifying those heavy long-term negative karma. So that way we do the Vajrasattva practice. Yeah. Then third one is a mandala offering. Mandala offering is we're offering anything what we have included our body. There's called the outer mandala, inner mandala, secret mandala, ultimate mandala. Mostly here is what called the concentrating, focusing on the outer mandala. Outer mandala means whatever in there you put on the object, offering on the mandala and offering to all the Guru, deity, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and wisdom Dharma protector. They are the field of offering mandala. We're offering to them. So, through this offering of outer mandala, physically arranging and mentally visualizing, we accumulate great merit. Make sense? Yeah. So whatever you financially can, you have to prepare that. But then sometime we are lack of materials. We don't have enough. Then that time you visualize as a greatest. Then think as all the sun and moon are the lamp, all the sandalwood and all those beautiful smell wood like sandalwood and all other. They are the perfume and incense. And there's a mini great garden of flowers. All they are flower, and so then all those glacial of the in the world, there are many glaciers. They are the food, like torma. So you can visualize it, and then for ocean, yeah, they are the offering water. You can visualize it. All these are I'm going to offer to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So that way it's called physically arrange and mentally visualizing with this called the outer mandala. So because sometimes we set up the goal, sometimes we pray to the deity or Dharma protector or some things, but never get the answer for our prayer. Why? Because of lack of merit. Kenji Rinpoche talk one story. One guy, he was so poor. So what he did is he practiced some Zambala. So he practiced in Zambala and he accomplished Zambala. Then he can talk Zambala daily. Like person to person. He can talk, but still he was poor. Then one day when he come back home from the begging food, and Zambala said, "Today I give you a great CD." And he said, "Where's your CD? I got a cup of soup." Which is all the beggar got that one. But I didn't see any of your CD. And Zambala said, "In the soup, there's one small fat. Fat, what called?
Fat. Yeah.
Fat. That is my CD." So if you don't have good karma, good merit, even Zambala couldn't give you other than just small fat. Make sense? So that reason, sometimes we pray hard in the temple, never answer our prayer because we are lack of the merit. Prayer is a condition. We have to plant the seed of a merit. Like if you take good care of the farm, your garden, whole summer you take care, you give right water, you give right, soil, what call this, fertilizer and everything you done. But you forgot to plant the seed. And nothing going to happen, yeah? So without the merit, all other are useless actually. Prayer not going to work. If you accumulate the merit, then whatever you do prayer, it will answer. It will get that one. So I heard this one. So Holiness, when he was offering mandala, his parent gave him one Z. Z is really expensive, really ancient Z. So what Holiness did is he smashed and put in the mandala. Normally people just keep. So they just offering, but not really offering. But he really smashed and put in the mandala. I heard this one from the third party. So that way, actually, Holiness, when he planned something, it always happened. Whatever he planned, always happened. Succeed his plan. Never fail his plan. Otherwise, Holiness come one of the latest person, Dalai Lama from Tibet. Actually, this is not right to say, but he did much better than lots of Dalai Lama in India. Holiness accomplished much more than many Dalai Lama in short time. So those are symbol of when you accumulate the merit, and fulfill all your wish, your prayer will come. So that is the result of your merit. If you don't have so that reason we need offering the mandala. That is a way to accumulate the merit. When we accumulate the merit, then we have a better chance to fulfill all our wishes. And the last one is a Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga especially is really important for the meditation. Whenever you're struggling your meditation, stop meditating, go back to the Guru Yoga. Anytime when you have a really agitation or dullness or difficulty with your meditation, that is because you are lacking of the Guru devotion. Practice of Guru Yoga is not complete. So you should do the Guru Yoga. This is called the preliminary practice. So when you think this way, then you're not going to see preliminary practice as a just preliminary, yeah? Otherwise, people have an attitude of, oh, preliminary practice is for the beginner. I'm no longer a beginner. Until we reach to the first, actually, the preliminary practice, those, until we reach to the Buddhahood, always a need. So in the Tibetan, we said, if you don't have hope of becoming Buddha, never stop accumulating merit. Even you have no worry about the go to the hell, never stop protecting yourself from the engaging negative. So those are common preliminary practice. Then here, special preliminary practice is page 46. First here it said from the Five-Fold Path. So this Five-Fold Path, okay, as Milarepa also mentioned in one of his disciples, Vajrasong, about this list of the five. He said, for the Dharma practitioner, need these five: Bodhicitta, Deity Yoga, Guru Yoga, Mahamudra itself, and dedication. I forgot which chapter, but one of the later I will find. If I find, I will share you. One of his Vajrasong, when he was discussing with one of his disciples about this, so he mentioned about this one. And Lord Pamadrupa mentioned many times on the Five-Fold Path of Mahamudra. Like Drupakaji tradition said, Mahamudra is like a lion, but Five-Fold Path is like an eye. If you don't have a Five-Fold Path with the Mahamudra, it's like a blind lion. Chaji Chimbo singing the Ngante Mena Mimetas. And so that way, Pamadrupa also mentioned many times about this. He also said, practitioner, one session need complete practice. So what is complete practice? Is this Five-Fold Path. Five-Fold Path, there's nothing included in this Five-Fold Path. All the sutra, tantra, 84,000 of the teachings, everything's when what call this summarize and put on the practice, it become a Five-Fold Path. So there's a five subjects. Five-Fold Path is a five subjects. First is a Bodhicitta. Second one is a Guru Deity Yoga. Third one is a Guru Yoga. Fourth one is a Mahamudra itself. Then fifth one is a dedication. So this is called the Five-Fold Path. So Bodhicitta is a preliminary practice. Deity Yoga, Guru Yoga, Mahamudra is an actual practice. And dedication is a conclusion. So that is how called the virtue as a beginning, virtue as a middle, and virtue as an end. So this five, one, that one. Two, when you come to the Kagyupa tradition, No, last time you heard this one. It's a Kagyu is a compounded of the Kadamba tradition and Mahamudra traditions. How come? What is talking about that one? Is after the Kamboba, because George Atisha, he emphasized so much on the Bodhicitta when he come to Tibet, and he himself went to Indonesia, far Indonesia, to receive the complete instruction and training and teaching from Bodhicitta from the Silimba. It took him like Atisha, like person like Atisha, great master, took him to 12 years to master the Bodhicitta. So you need patience.
We have no chance.
That's not true. Yeah, but it's not easy. So this reason, like there are lots of mind training teachings from the Kadamba traditions, come from Kadamba traditions, and then Kamboba bring that to his main subject, and he received great teaching from the Mahamudra, from the Milarepa. So those two put compounded together, Kadamba and Milarepa's Mahamudra tradition, it become Tabu Kagyu, Kamboba tradition. So that is what is meant from the Bodhicitta, training of the mind training of the Bodhicitta from the Kadamba tradition, and mind training of the Mahamudra. Also, another way you can say relative Bodhicitta and absolute Bodhicitta. Training of the relative Bodhicitta he received from the Kadamba tradition, and the training of the absolute Bodhicitta he received from the Milarepa, and those two together become Tabu Kagyu. So that way, Bodhicitta is also equal to same important as a Mahamudra itself, not just only preliminary. Make sense? So this reason we need emphasizing more and train ourselves more in the Bodhicitta. So like Kamboba's called Jewel Ornament of Liberation, all about the Bodhicitta actually. In the Jewel Ornament, it himself said, everything is a part of the Bodhicitta. Some are a foundation of a Bodhicitta. Some are condition of the Bodhicitta. Some are cause to the Bodhicitta. Some are training of the Bodhicitta. Some are result of the Bodhicitta. So that is a whole Jewel Ornament is about that. Make sense? So like a Jewel Ornament means one subject is first is Buddha nature. That is the cause of Bodhicitta. Then there's a come after the Buddha nature. There's come teaching on the like a guru instruction on the guru chapter and the precious human life and the refuge. You know, those all are condition of the Bodhicitta. Then come on the actually Bodhicitta ceremony chapter of the Bodhicitta. Then after that, training of the Bodhicitta, aspiration Bodhicitta training, action Bodhicitta training. Then conclusion is a Buddhahood. So that way, some are cause to Bodhicitta, some are conditioned to Bodhicitta, some are support of Bodhicitta, some are actually ceremony of Bodhicitta, and some result of Bodhicitta. So the Jewel Ornament is all about the Bodhicitta actually. Make sense? So that is that much, Kamboba detail emphasizing on the Bodhicitta. So that way here, then what I'm saying is, so like a Milarepa, Pamudrupa, they emphasize on the Five-Fold Path. But Jidin Sunggun, he make thoroughly kind of like a text that how to practice step by step those Five-Fold Path. Can say that way, yeah. So that is one of the first his Vajar song on the Five-Fold Path. Jita Sung sing this one. So they said spiritual preliminary are 3 sections. Meditation on the love, compassion, and bodhicitta. So these 3 sessions. Moreover, from Lord Jita Sung, Jigumba is when Jita Sung is. If the seated steed is it talking about the horse, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, running horse. Steed of the love and compassion does not establishing itself in the intent to benefit other at the start of the race. The acceptance and appreciation of the God and man will not arise. Firmly establishing the mind in the right from the beginnings. So, this is his what called poem with a example as a rice horse, yeah. See, I said some really bad word. Yeah, thank you.
It's a new word.
Didn't say it better.
Trying to imagine.
Huh?
I'm trying to imagine a racehorse.
So only people, keep the reward, what called the praise, and winning, tag or whatever is it. If the horse is rise on the race and win, yeah. Otherwise, having a horse is itself not going to get all those praise and tag, or called the reward, and what called those trophy. Yeah, it's not going to get. So unless the horse is a race and win. So that's a metaphor of that. This is an example of that. Here said, here's the metaphor for loving compassion, the meditation on the mind of enlightenment that the benefit of other is symbolizing by the silk ribbon awarded to be winner of the horse race. Whoever is born with the bodhicitta in their mind stream will benefit every sentient being, and homage is paid to them by the ordinary and the noble being. This is a symbol of bestowing the gratitude. All these poetic expression are the metaphorically symbolic. So this is Jita Sung's Vajra song from the Five Path, Mahamudra, first one. So bodhicitta is the main practice of a preliminary practice. But bodhicitta is also like not going to come without the cause and condition. Basically, Buddha himself said, everything is all the phenomena are result of the cause. All come arising from the cause. So there's mentally there's two kind of mindset. One is a negative, like anger, hatred, jealousy. One is a positive, compassion, joy, equanimity. Yeah. So from the anger, hatred, that kind of emotions and mental projection is the hell. Loving kindness, compassion of the mental projection is the nirvana. Make sense? So a result of that mental projections. So that reason is a necessary bodhicitta, but Bodhicitta is not going to come without the without the gathering of all the favorable cause and condition. So I have to have all the favorable cause and condition. So what is the favorable cause and condition? Is a meditation on the love. So here said, single cause of which is Buddhahood is the obtain is to be mind of enlightenment, bodhicitta. For this purpose, one generate the measureless compassion, love for which is arise. So without the compassion and love, there's no bodhicitta. So for the bodhicitta, must need a compassion and love. So first is we have to recognize it as what does love mean? You know, as I think I said this many times. We always said, "I love chicken, I love beef." You know, that love is cannot use here. If somebody love you that way, you run away because it's dangerous. That way, common, what called the ordinary love is based on that. That way, never lasts long. Really, it's hard to keep. Not easy, because we never had that true love. So, what is the true love? Maybe you can say in the Buddhism, what does love means? So here said. This meditation is based on the visualizing one's mother in the front of one. Having visualizing this, consider the four kindness she has, showing and a basis for the meditation. So this is talking about the generally. Some people have a bad relationship with the mother. That's not included here. This is talking about the people who have a good relationship with their parent. That is talking about. Because what is a good relationship mean that like sometimes we lucky enough to receive all the loving kindness, compassion from our parent. That is a good relationship. But some people never receive that. So that way, that those if that is not received, then it cannot become that object to meditate on the loving kindness. So what is the you have to remember their kindness. So there's 4 different kind. She gave birth one's body. She sustained one's life. She taught one what to take and what does not abandon, what to abandon, and she underwent hardship for one's benefit. So this she give us this kind of 4 kindness. Basically. She gave us birth as this body. Yes, her maybe some intention is involved with a desire. But after that, once she conceived, and there nothing have to do with that emotion. And all her emotion of raising this baby in the womb, carry on as 9 months, come from the loving kindness, compassion. Make sense? So this reason, when we look this way, in the Tibetan, we say pregnant woman is like equal to sitting door, middle of the door. Cannot tell she's outside the door, inside the door. So out or in is talking about the life or death. Especially ancient time. Now it's much better because of the improvement of the modern science. But women went through so much on carry on that difficulty. So that way it's all about love, kindness, So that way we got this body. And this body is not just grow like that, She nurtured so many her own body when we're in the womb, our own So I think when we remember those all, then you can sense about, yeah, she's kind to me. Yeah. Then after that, after the birth, after that we're born, detail you can read later. After we're born, then think about our capacity of surviving, skill of surviving, zero. Without someone's kindness, we're not going to survive for more than few days. Maybe not few days. There's zero chance to survive. Animals are much better. Some they just learn how to skill how to survive without any parents care. But human being, we have zero chance to surviving without caring somebody's. So that way we have to remember after she gave a birth one's body and she sustains one's life until we become legally until you're 16 or 17, you're not 18, you're not allowed to live alone. I think 15 or 16. 18?
18 unless you have a special permission from.
Yeah, so that is showing us our ability. Until we turn 18, we're not capable to look after ourselves. So who, help you is our parent, whoever love you, whoever look after you, whoever show you the kindness. It can be your biological parent, it can be someone else, but someone did something to make sure, we continue to stay alive. Then third one said she taught once what to take up and what does not. So this is showing as a call the showing the world. We're not born with educated. We even don't know how to say I'm hungry. We don't know how to say I'm thirsty, I'm cold. Only what we know is to just cry. So she taught us, someone taught us how to say I'm hungry, how to say I want food, how to say I want to go to sleep, how to say I'm getting hot, how to say I get a cold. From there too, until now, whatever we get education is a result of someone's kindness. Make sense? But these days, a lot of the time, people don't remember those kindness. They strictly business. Oh, I go to school. This is his job to teach. I pay for that. So there is no emotion of kindness or anything. Lots of people don't remember that. Yeah. A long time ago, I was in Nepal. And so I took one taxi driver, one area. And he said, my guru told me, don't go things like this. He was right. I thought his guru maybe someone, sadhu or someone. Then later he's talking about his person who taught him how to drive. So even that kind of education, what you receive, they think as this is my guru. So that kind of appreciation, even they already independent, they know how to drive themselves, still they remember those kindness. Make sense? So that is we're not born with the educated, we're not born with the knowledge, we're not born with this all the capacity. It's all kind. We become this way. It's a kindness of someone. So that way, every year when it comes Thanksgiving, I always say thanks to my guru. Really. Sometimes I say, sometimes not say, but every day I think about that, but particularly Thanksgiving. For me, I think without their effort, without their kindness, without their knowledge and wisdom, I have no chance to anything. Make sense? So my mom and anyone who taught you, like His Holiness Dalai Lama said, his first teacher was his mother. She taught him how to be unconditionally loved because the mother has that one. I heard somebody said, until I had my own child, I never understood when my mom said, I love you. So that when parents say, I love you, it means unconditionally. That emotion is so deep, no one can measure. Even one mother's love, immeasurable. There's no measurement of how much she loved. Make sense? So we should remember those all. So that way, we all this kindness what we received through the education. Then she went under hardship, one's benefit. Many parents become a thief. Many parents become a butcher. Many parents become a hunter. Many parents become a fisherman. Many parents become soldier. So many odd jobs they get to providing the food for the kid. And of course, other good job too. So they sacrifice themselves. They sacrifice their own karma, next life, for try to providing this. And those whatever we receive, it's not come easily. Especially, sometimes until you start working your own job, you will never understand how hard it is to, earn the money. But I don't need to say to you, you guys already went to struggle large American, life of America with a machine. So you know how hard it is making money. It's not easy. So that way, when our parents provide to us, they're not providing something they got easily, or they're not providing something they have extra. Sometimes parents, they, just drink the water when poor area and give whatever food to the kids. In Tibet, during the Cultural Revolution, many parents stay hungry because people have not enough food. The first things, whenever they get something, the first things they try to feed to the kids. If there's something left a little bit, then they themselves take that one. But in the West nowadays, people are not going to understand that part of condition. They have no idea what it is mean, how hard it was. But still, so that is it. When parents give, in the Gamboba said, parents' hardship is nighttime, stars are wearing hat, morning, all the cold dews, it's like shoes, and all the face skin give to the human, all the leg skin give to the dog. What is the metaphor of saying? Is like you go to shamelessly ask to people to favorite. And the dog and the other animal chasing you, but fearlessly go there, day and night. That is hardship. And also, one things I'm noticing, because in Tibet, we don't have this diaper kids, homemade diaper. They never hold the water. They go through. So parent, when the kid, baby make the wet bed, that side, and she switch. She sleep on the wet side. Baby put on the dry side. I saw my cousin, when I was a kid, she's doing that. I think most of parents, when that kind of condition, they do that one. So when we grow up, when parent raising kids, I think it's not come easily. It's lots of hardship. I don't have my own personal experience, but I observe lots of things like this. I also tell to the monastery, the monks, when you receive the donation, don't waste those. It not come easily. Doesn't matter from whom you received. People work hard. Nothing come easily. Even those rich people, they walk like a dog. They never get chance to rest. So that way, most of rich people, when they retirement time, so bad with the physically health conditions, really bad. Because they have no time to take care of themselves. So what I'm saying is, so anybody who, showed this kind of kindness is not come easily, and they have no any kind of like a agenda. Oh, I'm going to do this to them, so later they're going to do this to me. There are no any agenda. They just do it unconditionally. Make sense? So we should remember those. When we remember this all, then you get a sense of, I wish my mother is happy. I wish my mother is healthy. I wish my mother is, joy. All those good things happen to her. You don't need to meditate then. Right now we try to hard to meditate, but it never comes because we don't remember the kindness, those tools. Make sense? So you should remember those tools, loving kindness, how to love. So what does love mean? Love is not talking about I like this person. Make sense? Love, there's no I. If you said I like, I care, or once put I, then that's not pure love. Because it's that emotion, whatever you have an emotion, is based on your own interests. You have that emotion. So here, may all mother sentient beings, boundless as a sky, have happiness and cause of happiness. That is what love means. Wishing to all those beings have happiness and they meet with a cause of happiness. This is what is purely love mean. There's no I. There's no my. So this one is the first you have to exercise this, the one individual. Anyone in your life you think who is the kindest to you. Examine it with that person. Don't try to meditate on the truth. Every sentient beings. It's just too what call? Too large.
Overwhelming.
Yeah. So it's not going to have any kind of emotional connection. But just do the exercise with the one individual, the person kindest to you in this life. It can be your mother, it can be your father, it can be your civilian, it can be your dog, or it can be your cat. Because some people have a hard time to meditate loving kindness, compassion to the other human being. They meditate on the dog and cat or someone. You think that is kind to you. When that is becoming unconditionally, then slowly extend it. Now start doing with your relative, close people. Then through that to step by step extend it. Then one day, when you said all mother sentient being, and it's become meaningful. Yeah. So right now, as a beginning, just start with one individual. Wishing that individual be happy. You try to do everything your best. You try to make that person happy. Then when you become more, easy with that, that's, become more, can say easy.
Easier.
Yeah, so more, then you try to extend it that one. So then one day, it can be, we can meditate loving kindness toward to the every sentient being, including your enemy. Otherwise, right now, if somebody asks you to meditate loving kindness to your parent or loved one, easy. But when you ask you somebody's loving kindness, meditate loving kindness to your enemy, it's really difficult. I think most of people struggling with that. They feel like when you meditate loving kindness to the evil one, they feel like you're rewarding to them. You're not really rewarding to them any of their misbehaviors. So that way Buddha sometimes really become wrathful. That wrathful is come from the love. So it doesn't mean that when you said, I want to love those, my enemies or evil one, it doesn't mean that you support their misbehavior. Buddha said, afflicted emotion is your enemy, not the sentient being who has afflicted emotion. That being is a victim of that afflicted emotion. But we couldn't separate this. That way, when somebody is your enemy, you couldn't mention loving kindness. Why? Because you put everything is the same. The person's emotion, that person's behavior, everything's just one. So Buddha said he's separate. Like if I am angry, when Buddha see me, Buddha have a sympathy because I'm a victim of my own anger. Why I'm the victim of my anger is because I'm not happy with my anger. I'm not happy with my emotion, but I couldn't control that. Nobody is happy when you get angry. You're not going to hear anyone say, "Oh, I'm so happy today. I have great anger." Nobody will say that. Everyone will regret when they have anger. But some will say, I regret. But lots of people, because they're scared, they couldn't say. But nobody will happy. Why? Because this is not good anyone. So point is so one day we can separate this, then one day we can meditate loving kindness toward to the every sentient being. Then you have no problem with meditating on the love to everyone. Now, just remember those four kind of benefit. Now, second one is it. Yeah. Then compassion for being as I said, so the meditation on the compassion. Meditation on the compassion is like when you love someone. This one, when you love someone, you will noticing all their problem. You can feel that one. Like example, you're walking on the street, okay? On the street, one side, you're a really dear one, begging or some miserable, something going on, suffering, great suffering. And other side, the stranger one is suffering. You will see both of them. When you see the stranger one is suffering, you don't have that much deep emotion as you see your loved one. Make sense? And lots of time when we're walking past, we see the beggar, we see the homeless, and we don't pay attention too much on them. You just said, oh, there's homeless. But if you see that someone is a really, you know that person, that person is really kind to you, then you will try to find out why he is homeless, why he this situation, why this become this way. Then you go to the bottom to find why to how to help. Make sense? So that is different with the love and without the love, compassion. When anyone see that someone is suffering, yes, everyone have some degree of compassion. You're not going to find anyone who totally lack of compassion in any circumstance. But how to behave, how to react with that is a totally different with someone loved one and someone stranger. Make sense? So if you love every sentient being, then you will notice every single their problem. Now, imagine this your mother, this life's mother or loved one, dearest one. If that person is in the hell, what are you going to do? Will you rest? Will you enjoy? Will you just stay, go to vacation or something? No, you will not do any of those. Even you're not going to eat. You will do your every, possible way to liberate these beings from there. So similarly, those all the beings in the hell realm, they have been our mother one time. Maybe they are in the hell because of our sake. They created a negative karma. So that way they pay in that negative karma. And then you never know. Maybe some of those hell beings in our past life, our mother, our father, and our sake, they did all those negative jobs like hunter, fisher, butcher. Because of their action, they reborn in the hell realm. Yeah. So most of most of those beings who in the lower realm, like hell realm, hungry ghosts, animal, they did those negative karma not just only for their own sake. Lots of time they did those negative karma for sake of other sake, for others, for others' reasons. You can see on the news many times mothers stealing things from the shop, shoplifting, and they caught, and when they meet with a good police and they help them, but sometimes they get punishment. So that is it. A mother will do anything, break the law, break the rule, anything for the sake of the kids. So that way, those sentient beings on the hell realm, hungry ghost, animal, they did lots of time for the others' sake. So that way, they are in there. So possibly they did for us too, our sake too, in the past. It's possible. So I think this reason we should try to remember some of those. So then. Then meditate, compassion will come. Then also compassion to the human realms. So like a human, remember that every human being have a great suffering. Yeah? Suffering of the birth, suffering of the aging, suffering of the sickness, suffering of the death, meeting with the unpleasant one, suffering of the separated loved one, suffering of the not finding what you want, suffering of the losing what you have. So most of human beings have this type of sufferings. Those suffering does not come causelessly, accidentally, unfortunately. It's all as a result of our negative karma. So if we pass human being create a negative karma. So that way, experiencing this kind of sufferings. If if your loved one is suffering in this kind of way, will you rest? You know, will you relax? There's one time one old man come to see Adisha. So he asked Adisha, what is the loving kindness? So Adisha said, loving kindness and compassion, what does it mean? And Adisha said, and that person have a knee problem. So he's using the what called
Okay.
cane with the limbing. Okay. So Adisha said, if right now someone come rush to you, said, your mother is in middle of the nowhere and a mini vicious dog is chasing after her. Somebody tell you that one, you will forget your knee problem. You will run toward her. Make sense? So that why he forget his own pain and why he not worry about his own secure, safety to running toward to the vicious dogs because of the loving kindness. That's, yeah. So this reason, Bodhisattva have a purely loving kindness, compassion toward the every sentient being. So they have no hesitation or worrisome or problem to go to hell. Happily go to hell. And Shantideva said, Bodhisattva going to hell is like a similar like a joy, like a what call this duck getting into the lotus pond. That's best part of the greatest enjoyable is the pond. Yeah, they get into the water. That's the best part. So said Bodhisattva go to hell is a greater joy than that one. If true Bodhisattva, if send you to the vacation to the Hawaii, you're not going to be happy. And said Bodhisattva, you need to go to hell to help. It becomes so happy. Because that is their commitment. Make sense? So this things possible if you have a truly loving kindness, compassion toward to the sentient beings. So Bodhicitta is a seed of a Buddha, no doubt. But the seed without the condition cannot grow. So need soil, need moisture, need heat. So Bodhicitta have to meet with loving kindness, soil like loving kindness, moisture like compassion, seed like heat like wisdom. Then the seed will grow and have a great fruit of Buddhahood. So that reason, these two, particularly from the four immeasurable, love, compassion, joy, equanimity, these two are most important. When you have these two, you will get joy easily. Like anyone who, if you really care, whenever you see them succeeding, you get a great joy. Like when children become successful, I think mother get more joy than children themselves. Because her care, her love. If you don't love them, when somebody becomes successful, what happened?
Envy.
Yeah, jealous. Yeah. That is different. Makes sense? So then how to meditate on the sentient being in the God realm, because they are much better than us. Yeah. So it's a guardrail is like a see the edge of the cliff. If you're not careful, anybody can fall down. So it's like it's really easy to fall down. When you fall down from the guardrail, easy to go to the low realm. Because you burn out all your good merit there. If you do the too long a vacation, you become easily homeless. Yeah. So same way, when they enjoy too long in the guard room, they're totally homeless. So that will go to low room. There's nothing left. Your asset is no longer there. So this and equanimity mean from the four immeasurable. Equanimity mean this feeling of love and compassion must be equal to the everyone, no less for your enemy, no more for your dear one. One time, Buddha got injured with a stick. Oh no! Devadatta throw rock on Buddha, big rock, but Vajrapani stop. But one small piece laying on the Buddha's foot, and it caused injury and bleeding. The physician come try to stop bleeding, couldn't stop. Bleed is coming continually. Physician couldn't stop. So then Mahakashyapa came. Mahakashyapa said, we know Buddha's heart have no difference between the Devadatta and Rahul. He loved equally both of them. If that is true, stop this bleeding. When Mahakashyapa said that one, immediately stop the bleeding. It's in Tibetan called the Dembatarwa. I don't know how to say this. Like it is Mahakashyapa basically said, if this is true, no, if this is true, that Buddhas have a loving kindness equal to the Devadatta and Rahul, then stop this bleeding. Mahakashyapa said. So when he said that one, immediately stop. Even the physician couldn't stop the bleeding, but by that Mahakashyapa's word is stop. So that is showing us how much Buddha have a loving kindness toward to the every sentient beings.
And how much love Mahakashyapa had for Buddha to say that.
Not you can say that way, but Mahakashyapa say he's just kind of like testing. Yeah. Basically testing Buddha's love, is it true? Then it becomes this way. In the Tibetan word called the Tembatarwa. I don't know what is English. Marve Tembatar. So Tempa means the truth. Tar means that when you scratch, you can produce the fire. The Marve. Yeah. It comes something. Yeah. Yeah. So and how still they have a little bit bias. Even those great High Lama, they still have a little bit bias.
Walk the truth.
Walk. Invoke the truth. Invoke the truth out. Yeah.
That's a translation of that phrase.
Yeah.
Was it in Tibetan again?
Dembata.
To be
Thank you.
spoken truth.
Thank you, Kilo. College boy. He finished college. I'm not, so his English much better than me, of course. I have even no high school degree. I tried to take exam, I failed. Huh?
You can.
No, he's Kempo too. So there's no difference. He have college degree. I have nothing. So sad. So that is the main cause of bodhicitta. Then once you have this one, then through the ceremony, you will become a bodhisattva. Make sense? If you don't have strength of loving kindness, compassion, and then no matter how many times you attend the ceremony, there are no chance of becoming bodhisattva. Actually, one time His Holiness Dalai Lama said, I'm giving this bodhisattva vow every time, whenever I get chance. I'm hoping one day you become a bodhisattva. Okay. Then Bodhicitta said, now, look the page 54. The Vajra verse of the fivefold path of the Upala says there are two types of bodhicittas, relative bodhicitta and relative and absolute. The first categories are divided into the two, aspiration and engage. Regarding this, the first is a wish and later is engage. So relative and absolute bodhicitta. So relative bodhicitta is what we're talking right now. That's called the relative bodhicitta. Absolute is a meditation on the Mahamudras, that one. Okay, so this relative have a two. So aspiration and engage. So aspiration means the wishing to be something, like you wish to become a Buddha. You wish to be liberate all sentient beings. But that wish not going to fulfill until you put engagement. So what is engagement? Is it then you actually practicing? Actually follow into the path. So the aspiration means that you wishing to become a Buddha. That's called the aspiration bodhicitta. I want to become a Buddha for the sake of sentient beings. But just your wishing not going to be fulfilled until you put the action. So your goal only will reach the goal if you put on the action. So what is the action? Is it engage, like practice of 6 paramitas. So called the action bodhicitta. Generosity, morality, patience, perseverance, meditative concentration, and wisdom. Regarding the first, so what wish and later is the engage. In the accomplishment of this wish to accomplishment both of this, there are vows. In the necessity to perfect training up, so division of the 4 cause and abiding, 22 explain, 4 ground, 2 essence, method of taking up, and which is abandoning, and which is acceptance. So there's a few subjects. Division of the 4 cause of the abiding. So there's a few different. I think this what called the Bodhisattva Bhumi. In the Bodhisattva Bhumi, there's 4 causes. 4 causes, excellent working basis, like Mahayana family. And what called the Sanjay Chansing Simba. Gyavishing Simba is mean the protect by Buddha and the spiritual master, have a great compassion, and seeing the suffering of samsara. So this is not necessarily have all those 4, but sometime you become Bodhisattva because of your belong to the Mahayana family. What is the belong to the Mahayana family mean? The many lifetime you already practice the bodhicitta. So this life is become like familiar, become like family. That one. Second one is to talk about the sometimes you meet with a great teacher and they give you guidance. Through the teacher's guidance, through the Buddha and Bodhisattva's guidance, then you generate the bodhicitta. And sometimes you generate a bodhicitta with the what called the great compassion, like seeing other sentient beings suffering. You want to liberate them from the suffering, but right now you cannot because you are not capable. So you want to become a Buddha. Great compassion. And so then sometime also another cause is they have a what called this can say intolerance of suffering of samsara, no matter how difficulty. Toleration?
Yeah, tolerance,
Yeah.
tolerate.
Tolerate your own suffering to help.
No. You not tolerant. You have the courage to, no matter what hardship comes, you're never going to give up.
Perseverance.
No. You have a patience. You have enough patience. No matter how hardship come, you will never give up. Because sometimes we can become good, practitioner until we meet with a challenge. When we meet with a challenge, then give up. Lots of people do that one. Because that is a lack about this courage. Courage can say, yeah. I think,
Tenacity. Tenacity.
Oh, okay.
Tenacity is a good word, Kampala.
Really?
It fits beautifully. Tenacity has that perseverance and patience mixed up in it. You don't give up, you just keep going. A tenacious person, just no matter how hard the puzzle is, they just sit there and go for it.
Bonehead.
Bonus.
That was from Marco on Zoom.
Not from you.
No, I don't want to take credit. Marco.
Okay,
Thank
see?
you, Marco.
Yeah. Huh? La.
It's similar, yes. Right.
Greed?
Grit. Grit.
Uh,
Grit and bear.
Yeah. Grit, same thing in the family of tenacity.
Huh?
We are around page 54, 55. I think the explanation is in the internet.
I don't know. We'll go through. Bottom of the page 54. So that is 4 cause, 4 different way you can generate bodhicitta. Then 22 example, say there's a 22 different example. We don't want to go to this one, it's a little bit complicated. But there's a 22 different example according to then based on their mindset at the path of the accumulation, path of the application. So there's a 22 example. If you want to read jewel ornament, have a detail on this. Like a bodhicitta is like a earth, like a gold, like a moon, waxing moon, like a fire, so that's the example. There's a 22, so that's you can read that one. And foreground, this is a divided into the bodhicitta gradually from the path of the accumulation, path of the application. There's one called the intentional ground, and the path of the seeing is called the what called the pure Hasantapa. There's a pure intention, and path of the what called the from the 8 bhumi to 10 bhumi is called a ground of a maturation, and the Buddhahood is called the ground of a result. Yeah, so there's something like that. There's based on the path and the name as a Buddhist Gita name different. Two essence is a really what called the aspiration Bodhicitta and action Bodhicitta. Method for taking is a chess ritual, and which is abandoning what is the acceptance. So it's come later. They are the complete training which are the need to be expanded. Teaching of this Tuji Chemo and adversity teaching and the practice whatever one able to practice, one should benefitly develop understanding of this training. So this is a Tuji Chemo is one of the great Bodhisattva vow ceremony in the Drikung tradition. You can read that one, and also as I mentioned earlier, there's nothing that's not in the jewel ornament. Jewel ornament have everything, all this detail, everything. This there, so from two types of bodhicitta, relative and ultimate. Ultimate bodhicitta has a thought about the meaning that's practice of the Mahamudra. From the two type of relative bodhicitta, aspiration, application, first there is to be wish to be attained Buddhahood for the purpose of benefiting all sentient beings. So that's called the aspiration. This is the aspiration exemplified as a wish to go somewhere. Then one take up the Bodhisattva training on work on the accomplishing Buddhahood or engaging oneself in the practice of the Buddhahood, which is like the action of actually going. So like Shantideva said, when you wishing go to the somewhere like a DC, Washington DC, that's called the aspiration bodhicitta. But actually, start the car and start driving toward to the DC, that's called the action bodhicitta. So that is here. Then cause, there is a true cause for giving rise of a bodhicitta. The abiding cause of the membership in the Mahayana family and the cause of the giving rise are. So abiding cause mean the like a continually remaining of your bodhicitta, like you belong to the Mahayana family. And the giving rise is a believing in the one's Lama as a Buddha, gathering the vast of accumulation, meditating on the four immeasurable and extraordinary practice of the going for refuge. So there's four different causes mentioned here. As a giving one's Lama as a Buddha means that you have to see whoever you receive the Lama truly Buddha. In the jewel ornament said, if you see Lama as a Bodhisattva, your accomplishment is only can be kind of like a minor benefactor, sentient beings. There's no hope. If you see Bodhisattva, Lama as even the Nirmana Kaya or Sambhoga Kaya is still not complete. So you have to see Lama as a Dharma Kaya. So this one is like a similar, like a Mahayana and a Vajrayana. It's really similar in the jewel ornament. It's totally in the Mahayana teaching. Within there said, Gampopa said, if you see Guru as a ordinary, you receive the ordinary blessings. If you see Guru as a Bodhisattva, you receive the Bodhisattva blessings. If you see Guru as a Buddhist, what called the Nirmanakaya Buddha, you receive the Nirmanakaya blessings. If you see the Buddha as a Dharmakaya, you receive the blessing of the Dharmakaya. So what is a blessing? It's talking about the accomplishing, what result will gain. Here blessing is talking about how much you will, what you become. Make sense? So, like, if you believe your guru as only just ordinary person, you only get some ordinary quality, little bit. No, cannot go further than that. So that reason in the Mahayana, when you receive the Bodhisattva vow from the Guru, you have to see the Guru as a truly Dharmakaya, absolute Buddha. It's not Guru's benefit, it's your benefit. When you see Guru as an absolute Buddha, it's not going to help anything Guru's accomplishment. It will never make the Guru as a Buddha, but you will receive that Guru's blessings as a Buddha directly from the Buddha. There was a saying, if you see your Guru as a truly Buddha, okay, and reality, your Guru is gone to the hell. But when you come to the intermediate state, when you supplicate to the Guru, when you have struggling, and a Buddha and Bodhisattva manifest form of your Guru to come to help you. So it is not about to, how, because these days, lots of people say qualified Guru. Then you try to analyze the Guru's quality. Make sense? So yes, of course, I mean, Guru's quality is important, but it's not everything is on the Guru's quality. Even Guru is like a Buddha. Sometimes there are no help, cannot help. Really. So I'm not saying it's a Guru don't need quality. Guru need all those qualities. But if you couldn't see Guru as a Buddha, even the Guru is a truly Buddha, you're not going to get any blessings. So one cause is when you receive in the Bodhisattva vow, you have to see Lama as a true Buddha. Then second is getting the vast accumulation. So you have to accumulate the merit, gracious. You need the support of the good merit, good karma. Without the gathering of the true accumulation, it's really difficult. Then meditate on the four immeasurable, we already talked. Love, compassion, joy, equanimity. And when training, can say training, you have to go order is like love, compassion, joy, equanimity. But when practicing, equanimity have to go first. Because you have to love equally toward to the every sentient being. Otherwise your love is not becoming pure. So when it comes to the actually practice, equanimity is come first. What is the equanimity? Lots of time people see this prayer, free from attachment, aversion, yeah? Something like that here. Lots of time people have this equanimity, as they say, say, may the rest equanimity free from attachment, aversion. Actually, this is a too simple, or can say not complete. Just free from attachment, aversion alone is not equanimity. If free from attachment and aversion is the equanimity, then all the phenomena have equanimity. Like this throne. It's not going to be bias. Anyone treat same way. The table, whoever use treat same way. Make sense? There are no bias. There are no attachment. There are no aversion. So that way, Minikaji Master said, just not having attachment, aversion alone is ignorant. Part of the ignorance. So what is the truly equanimity? Is you have to love every sentient being equally without any attachment and without any aversion. So that way love have to come. You know, if there's no love involved, no compassion involved, just economy to say is free from attachment, aversion. Every phenomena have that one, except sentient beings. Make sense? So they don't have this bias, discrimination, much as we have. So that way here, actually, what is it from the four immeasurable? Economy is talking about you have to love everyone equally. No less, no more. You have to have compassion toward to every sentient being equally. Then earlier I said, when somebody is better than you, how do you meditate the compassion? Then you can understand what is equally, yeah? So these four immeasurables. So that way, there's no sentient being have a limitation of this many sentient beings. So that reason your love, compassion have no measure. That make is immeasurable. For immeasurables, then the extraordinary practice of the going for refuge. So taking refuge, there's a many separation. You know, in the what is the Mahayana refuge? What is the what's called Hinayana refuge? Hinayana refuge is a take from now on until death. Mahayana refuge take from now on until become a Buddha. Complete enlightenment. And the object of refuge, Hinayana is just taking out the Nirvana Kaya Buddha as a Buddha refuge. Mahayana is all three Kayas. So there's a certain difference. Also, intention or motivation of the taking refuge is different. Hinayana taking refuge based on the motivation of the fears of the samsara, fear of suffering. Mahayana motivated by the compassion, take refuge. So there are many different ways to different. So here is a talking about the extraordinary practice of the going for refuge. Is talking about the Mahayana refuge. So here 22 example is here. List is here. Earth, gold, moon, fire, dust, and so forth, related to the 22. Sir. Then that is called the example. Then for ground, said if one were to make division term of the demarcation of the bhumi, giving rise to bodhicitta through the intense activity of the path, path of the accumulation and path of the application. That is called the interest, because they don't have actually capacity, only interest on the path of the accumulation path. Giving rise of bodhicitta through the pure intention on the first talk through the seven bhumis. Why is it pure intention? Because once you reach the first bhumi, you have this altruistic motivation that you care more other than yourself. That's called the pure intention. Then giving rise of fully mature bodhisattva on the final pure, three pure bhumi, 8 to 10. Why is a fully pure mature is and those bodhisattvas no need effort. Everything come naturally. The fourth one is giving rise to bodhicitta by abandoning discrimination. What is the state of the Buddhahood? So, number tabesa, number mimisa, tipopamba. So, abandoning obscurations. So, when you reach to the Buddhahood, there's no any kind of obscurations, no obscuration of the liberation, or no obscuration of the omniscience, no obscuration of the cognitive obscurations. Completely free from obscuration. That way Buddha is omniscience. In essence, if we were to make the division of the term of the essence, there are two, aspiration and applications. Considering the teaching giving immediately above, particularly those regarding the path of the application. Aspiration is a commitment based on the fruition, and the application of the commitment based on the cause. So this is special Asanga tradition. They said commitment of the based on the result as an aspiration bodhicitta, and the commitment based on the cause as an action bodhicitta. So taking incident, there's a you have ceremony detail. So okay, so we stop here, lah.